Hello, everybody. This is Andrew Sherman of the MLBeers podcast, and today this is Game 3 of the MLBeers Historical Showdown. Today's teams are the 1971 Pittsburgh Pirates, which the hosts have chosen this past week, and your pick, the 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers. So let's go through the teams real quick. For the 1971 Pittsburgh Pirates, they went 97-65. They played at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, and in their World Series, they beat the Baltimore Orioles 4-3. Roberto Clemente was the World Series MVP. But of course, this isn't old. It's not really old school baseball, and they had a championship series, which Pittsburgh was in the East, and they faced the San Francisco Giants of the West, beating them 3-1 in the championship series. As their Hall of Famers on this team, they had Roberto Clemente, right fielder. He was specially elected in 1973 by the Baseball Writers Association of America. Then second baseman Bill Mazeroski, he was voted in by the Veterans Committee in 2001, which was really interesting because Bill Mazeroski was more of a utility player at the end of his career, and I believe that he retired after this 1971 season. Then we have Willie Stargell, left fielder for the Pirates. He was voted in by the baseball writers in '88 with 82% of the vote. The manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates is Danny Murtaugh. He managed 15 years, won 2 titles, all with the Pirates, and had a win-loss percentage of .539. The highest paid player of that time was Roberto Clemente with $125,000. Other facts with this 1971 Pittsburgh Pirates was it was the first team to field an all-black and Latino team. And in the World Series, the Baltimore Orioles scored more runs than the Pirates, 24-23, and it's the only time that it has happened in the World Series. Now to the 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers. They went 98-55 during that season, playing at Ebbets Field, and they beat the New York Yankees 4-3, with Johnny Podres being the World Series MVP. Of course, this is the old school where it was the best of the American League versus the best of the National League, and there was no championship series. Out of this team here are the Hall of Famers out of this team. Center, too much NBA playoffs going on at the moment. But catcher, Roy Campanella, he was voted in by the Baseball Writers Association in 1969 with 79% of the vote. Mr. Jackie Robinson, second, mostly shortstop and third base. He played third base most of the time during the '55 World Series. He was voted in 1962 by the Baseball Writers with 77% of the vote. Then you have second baseman Pee Wee Reese, voted in by the Veterans Committee in 1984, and Duke Snider, he was voted in by the Baseball Writers in 1980 with 86% of the vote. And then you have manager, which he was voted into the Hall of Fame by the Veterans Committee in 1983. He managed for 23 seasons, has 4 titles, all with the Dodgers, and has a win-loss percentage of a .558. The highest paid player of this time was Roy Campanella with $42,000. So it sees that there has been a lot of disparity with salaries from 1955 to 1971, which is, under 20 years. But player strikes were happening in the late 60s, early 70s, notably with Curt Flood. But that's a topic to discuss about in the later future. And the other facts of this 1955 Dodgers team is that it's Brooklyn's only sports title. As a matter of fact, they've never won a NBA title. They've never won. I don't think they ever had an NFL team stationed in Brooklyn. And no other sports. I mean, now they have their NBA team, the Brooklyn Nets, but they're not as well as others. And during the season, there was an MVP controversy. Roy Campanella won the MVP and Duke Snider got second. But it would have been different if the ballot from a ill Philadelphia baseball writer had wrote it clearly. He had Roy Campanella first and fifth, did not put down Duke Snider at all. Instead of disallowing the ballot, and they couldn't reach out to him because I'm guessing he perished by that time. He actually went to the hospital. Didn't say he was fatally ill, but he was ill enough to be in the hospital. Instead of disallowing the ballot, which Snider would have won if it was done, and they would have put Snider in the fifth position, which they did not do, he would have won. But they just gave Campanella first and scratched out the fifth positioned player, which led to Campanella winning the MVP of the National League in 1955. So, enough of that. Here we go, everybody. This is the historical showdown. And let's create this exhibition, shall we? And it has to go through all the loading processes, of course. Alrighty. So, let's play ball. I don't mess with the lineups, of course. So, of course, on the Pittsburgh side, we have Roberto Clemente, of course, Willie Stargell, Dave Cash, Ramon Hernandez, Renee Stinnett, while we have over at the Brooklyn Dodgers, Don Newcombe, which he was pitcher at the time, Roy Campanella, Duke Snider, Gil Hodges, Pee Wee Reese, Jackie Robinson, and others. So, without further ado, Game 1 will be at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, where the Brooklyn pitcher Don Newcombe will face Dock Ellis of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And if you don't know that story about Dock Ellis pitching a no-hitter while he was on LSD, it's definitely a good read and a good show to watch on Netflix, which is called No. So here we go. We're going to go. And simulating the first game here, the Pirates defeat the Brooklyn Dodgers 4-3. Kinson gets the win. Don Newcombe gets the loss. And Giuisti, if I'm saying that correctly, I'm probably not, gets the save. Duke Snider gets a home run from the Dodgers. And Willie Stargell gets a home run for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Let's take a look at the Brooklyn Dodgers struck first, scoring 3 in the first, while Pittsburgh scored in the bottom of the first, scoring 2. Then nothing going on until the bottom of the 6th, where the Pittsburgh Pirates scored 2, and it was just an ending from there, all zeros from then on in, where the Pittsburgh Pirates beat the Dodgers, like I said, 4-3, both having 7 hits and both having 1 error. And the player of the teams for the Brooklyn Dodgers, you have Duke Snider going 2 for 5, 1 run, 3 RBIs. He had a strikeout in the process and was left on base 3 times. But you also cannot forget about Roy Campanella going 2 for 5. He did not get the RBIs like Snider, but he was still on base more of the time, and they both have a .400 batting average. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, we have Willie Stargell getting that home run, of course, going 1 for 4, 2 RBIs, but 3 strikeouts in the process. That 1 hit was kind of not necessarily the deciding factor, because they had to score in the bottom of the 6th, as seen there. But he struck out 3 times, left on base once. Roberto Clemente only went 1 for 4. And then Sanguillen, the catcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, he went 2 for 3, but nothing else in the process. And now let's take a look at the pitching for the teams. We had Brooklyn, Don Newcombe getting the loss, but he went 5 innings, giving up 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, but he struck out 7 in the process, but giving up that 1 home run, not being the deciding factor, but giving enough to give him a lift. He threw 72 pitches and striking out, being those strikes 48 times. Then Roebuck comes in for an inning, gets 1 strikeout in the process, but nothing else. Spooner comes in, gets the 2 hits, nothing else out of that. And then Besant goes in for 2 innings and gets 4 strikeouts, but the damage was already done. It seemed like, since he was coming in late in the game. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, you have Dock Ellis going for 4 innings, giving up 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 1 walk, giving 3 Ks and 1 home run. He threw 64 times, 40 of them being strikeouts. Kidson gets the win. He went 2 1/3 inning, giving up 2 walks, but getting 2 strikeouts in the process. Then Hernandez comes in for 2/3 of an inning and does really nothing, but doesn't give up any runs. And Justy only coming in for 2 innings, giving up 1 hit, 2 walks, but strikes out 3 in the process. The player of the game was Duke Snider, and of course this game was played at Three River Stadium. And interesting that they would give Duke Snider the player of the game, even though he was part of the losing team. So to game 2, we have the Johnny Podres versus Steve Blass. And here we go, simulating. And the series is tied with the Brooklyn Dodgers beating the Pirates 6-1. Padres gets the win. Blass gets the loss, and 1 home run from Roy Campanella. Let's take a look at the box score, shall we? And nothing doing for the first 2 innings, but then the Brooklyn Dodgers struck first, scoring 5 in the process in the top of the 3rd, and then nothing going on until the 7th, where both teams score 1 run, and then nothing else, which gives us the line score of 6-1 Dodgers, 8-6 on the hits, and the Dodgers with the lone error. Looking at the Dodgers box score, we had Campanella going 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs in the process, no strikeouts there. Gil Hodges getting those 2 RBIs. 1 hit, though, but no strikes. Duke Snider getting 1 hit out of 4, 1 RBI, but he struck out in the process. Don Zimmer, yes, old man Don Zimmer, but he was young at the time, getting 1 hit out of 4, getting an RBI in the process, but striking out 3 times. And Mr. Jackie Robinson has not been seen in this game at all. Looking at the Pittsburgh Pirates, we had Roberto Clemente really showing off his stuff with 3 hits out of 4, 1 run in, no strikeouts. Willie Stargell having 1 strikeout, but no hits in the process. And Hebner really putting it on with 1, quote-unquote, putting it on with 1 hit and 3 plate appearances, at-bats. And so, with that, let's take a look at the pitching line score. Padres goes for a complete game with 9 innings, giving up 6 hits, 1 run, no earned, and 1 walk, but giving 3 strikeouts and no home runs. He pitched 112 times, 74 of those pitches being strikeouts. Then for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Blass gets the loss. He goes for 2 2/3 inning, giving up 6 hits, 5 runs, and 5 earned, 1 walk, but giving 3 strikeouts in the process, pitching 54 times, 35 of them being strikes. Burson, Bryles, and Moose come in, but do not help with the already ailing Pittsburgh Pirates, Kitson comes in for 3 and 1/3 inning, giving up 1 hit, striking out 5 in the process. Riles comes in for 2 innings, giving up 1 hit, another run, making that an earned, and 1 strikeout, and the lone home run from Roy, giving it to Roy Campanella. And Moose coming in for 1 inning, but does nothing in the process. Johnny Podres becomes the player of the game at Three Rivers Stadium. So now on to Game 3 with the Brooklyn Dodgers at Brooklyn Dodgers Stadium, which would be Ebbets Field, where Billy Lowe's will be pitching for the Dodgers, while Bob D. Johnson becomes the pitcher for the Pirates. I wanted to say the Brooklyn Dodgers again. But anyways, the series is tied 1-1. And right now, if we take a look at it, Roberto Clemente is your leader over here with the Pittsburgh Pirates. And you can't really say George Suba because he's only had 1. But it's a competition of who's being first with Roy Campanella and Duke Snider in the process. Jackie Robinson only getting 1 at-bat during this time. But anyways, Game 3 at Ebbets Field, here we go. And the Pittsburgh Pirates take the lead again, 2-1. They beat the Dodgers 11-7 in a hitting matchup. Kitson with another win. Billy Lowe's gets the loss. Giusti gets another save with number 2. The Pittsburgh Pirates had 3 home runs, 1 from Hebner, 1 from Olivar, and 1 from Sanguillen, if I'm saying that correctly. And Don Zimmer gets another home run for the Brooklyn Dodgers. But let's take a look, shall we? At the top of the first, nothing going. Well, in the first, nothing going. Second, nothing going. But the Brooklyn Dodgers have been sensational, getting the striking first, but doesn't lead to W's except for 1 time. Striking first at the bottom of the 3rd, scoring 1. Then the Pittsburgh Pirates mad enough to get 6 hits in the top of the 4th. Then the Dodgers scoring 1. In the bottom of the 5th, the Dodgers score twice, trying to cut the lead by 2. But then the Pirates go on in the 6th and 7th, scoring 1 in each of those, making that 8-4, and then in the 9th they both score 3, making it 11-7 Pirates. With the Pirates with 11 runs, 14 hits, and 1 error, and the Brooklyn Dodgers with 7 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. So looking at the box score for the Pittsburgh Pirates, a lot of these guys hacked today. We had Oliver going 2 for 4. We had Robertson going 2 for 5. Hebner going 2 for 4. We had Stargell going 3 for 4. Sanguillen going 2 for 5. And Cash going 2 for 5. Roberto Clemente not doing so hot. He was left on base, though, for 4 times. And I have to say, just looking at this, it would have to be Mr. Sanguillen. I'm going to have problems with this all night here, with the Pittsburgh Pirates catcher having 3 RBIs in the process and scoring twice. For the Brooklyn Dodgers, looking at it, Duke Snider and Roy Campanella, of course, are fighting for the top spot of being who's the best in the Dodgers lineup. Jackie Robinson comes in, 1 at-bat, and nothing doing. And it's kind of concerning that Jackie Robinson actually had a bigger part than this in the World Series, not necessarily saying stats-wise, but just looking at it, looking through it, he was more active. But of course, I think he hit a 186 in the process during the 1955 World Series. And of course, if I had to take a guess, it would be It would be Duke Snider taking home the player of the game. But let's take a look at the Pittsburgh pitching line score, with Johnson going 4 1/3 inning, giving up 7 hits, 4 runs, make 4 earned in that process, 2 walks, but giving 2 strikeouts, and the lone home run from Don Newcombe off of Johnson. Kitson comes in going 1 2/3, giving up 1 walk and striking out 1. Bryles comes in for 2 innings, giving up 1 hit, but giving 2 strikeouts in the process. Hernandez comes in for 1/3 of an inning. He gives up 3 earned runs in the process and 5 walks. And then Juist gets the save, coming in for the last 2/3 of the game, throwing 8 pitches, 6 of them being strikes. Then for the Brooklyn Dodgers, they had Lowe's going in for 3 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, make 6 of them earn, 4 walks, but striking out 3 and giving up 1 home run. He threw 90 pitches, 54 of them being strikeouts. Meyer comes in for 2 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and giving 1 strike and another home run in the process. Roebuck comes in for an inning, giving up 2 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 1 strikeout, and 1 home run, making that the last strikeout of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Craig comes in for 2/3 of an inning, giving 1 strikeout in the process. Then Hughes comes in for 1 2/3 innings, gives up 4 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, but gives 1 strikeout in the process, throwing 29 times, but 21 of them being strikeouts. And then Spooner comes in for 1/3 of an inning, giving up 1 hit and actually throwing 1 strike in the process. That is very, very, very interesting. So anyway, Al Oliver gets the Player of the Game award for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I probably would have given it to Sanguillen. I need to work on my Spanish. But it does give an indication that Oliver could have won the Player of the Game. So anyways, leaving Game 3 of the 7-game set, the Pirates still lead the series 2-1. So now, Game 4, back in Brooklyn, we have Carl Erskine for the Brooklyn Dodgers and Luke Walker for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Here we go. And the Pirates lead the series 3-1. The Pirates defeating the Dodgers 6-1. Walker gets the win and Erskine gets the loss. Eibner with his second home run. Stargell with his second home run of the series, and Duke Snider gets his second home run also. But let's take a look at the box score real quick. Nothing doing in the first inning, but the Dodgers again strike first with a run in the second, but then the Pirates tie it up in the third with their run, and then just let it all go out from the fourth, scoring 2, and then finally in the 8th scoring 3, making that 6-1 Pirates. And for the Pirates, 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Dodgers, 1 run, 7 hits, and 2 errors. And it seems like the Dodgers are really going wild on these errors, it seems like. And it's just been an oddity to see the Dodgers have these errors. But then again, the Dodgers were more of an offensive team than their defense prowess, but I digress. But anyways, for the Pittsburgh Pirates, we had Stargell going 2 for 5, Clemente 2 for 5, Hebner going 1 for 3, and Oliver going 1 for 4, and I should say Alley as the last man going 2 for 4 in the process. But Oliver and Hebner get the 1 RBI from both, and scoring in the process was Oliver. Hebner Clemente and Stargell, and Robertson going 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in the process. Big moments for the Pittsburgh Pirates. But looking at the Dodgers here, you had Snider going 2 for 4. Campanella really shut down this game. Even though he did not have a strikeout, he was 0 for 4. Gil Hodges going 2 for 3 in the process. And Clemente going 1 for 2. And it just really wasn't going all out for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Of course, Snider with the 1 RBI, 1 run, coming from the second with his home run in that process. With the Pittsburgh pitching, Walker goes 7 innings, giving up 6 hits, 1 earned runs, 3 walks, but striking 5 in the process, giving up the lone home run by Duke Snider, throwing 98 pitches, 60 of them being strikes. Then Hernandez came in for 1 2/3 inning, giving up 1 hit, but giving back in the process 1 strikeout. He threw 21 times, 15 of those being strikes. And Miller, coming in for the last third of the game, does nothing but strike out. Well, I guess strike out in the process. He had 4 pitches and 4 strikes. Anyway, Erskine going for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Erskine going 4 innings, 5, giving up 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks in the process, striking out 3, and giving up 2 home runs, pitching 75 times, and 46 of those being strikes. Meyer comes in for 3 innings, giving up 1 hit, but giving back 2 strikeouts in the process, throwing 33 times, 21 in the process. Then Black comes in, giving up 1 hit, 1 run in the process. Then Spooner comes in, giving up 1 run, 1 walk, and striking out 1 in the process. And then Basint going in for 1 2/3 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 earned run, and striking out 2. Your player of the game, of course, was the pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Luke Walker. So anyway, getting really close here. It is Game 5 at Ebbets Field, but it is a tight one as the Pittsburgh Pirates might take the win here in Brooklyn. They lead 3-1, and today's game will be the Game 1 starters, Don Newcombe versus Dock Ellis in the process. Don Newcombe getting the loss in the first game, but he has an ERA of 3.6, and Dock Ellis having an ERA of 6.75 in the process. But here we go. Will the Pirates finish it out, or will we have a Game 6? And the Brooklyn Dodgers beat the Pirates 5-4, giving them 1 win, so it would be 3-2 in the series. Basint gets the win, Villiel gets the loss, and Labine gets the save. And the home runs in this game, Roberto Clemente getting his first, Robertson getting his first, Willie Stargell hitting a home run for his 3rd time in the series, Duke Snider hitting his 3rd, and Don Zimmer getting his 2nd in the process. So looking at the box score, finally the Pittsburgh Pirates strike first at the top of the first, scoring 2, but the Dodgers laid it on in the bottom half, scoring 4. Then nothing was going until the 7th, where the Pittsburgh Pirates scored twice in the top half, but the Dodgers secure the win with a run in the bottom of the 7th, making it 5-4 Dodgers. The Pittsburgh Pirates had 4 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error, while the Brooklyn Dodgers had 5 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. Let's take a look at the Pittsburgh Pirates real quick. Nothing going, really. 1 for 4s all around, but except for Hebner, he gets 2 for 4 in the process. Robertson gets the nice RBI with nice 2 RBIs and 1 run. Stargell gets his 1 RBI. and 1 run, and the others were scoring in the process was Clemente getting his 1 RBI and Ebner getting the 1 run. Looking at the Brooklyn Dodgers box score, you can see that Campanella came back for game 5, hitting 2 for 4. Duke Snider going 3 for 4, but the 1 RBI and the 2 runs. And Zimmer getting 2 hits out of 4 tries, but getting 4 RBIs in the process from his home run. And another thing, Jackie not in this game, and I guess he's just going to be a substitute throughout the series. But also, Hope gets a hit. Finally, Campanella, like I said, gets the 2. Zimmer gets the 2. But nobody else actually getting hits for the Dodgers besides Don Newcombe with his 1 hits and his 2 appearances at the plate. But besides that, Campanella and Snider, Zimmerman, sometimes Hodges actually get the knocks in. So looking at the Pittsburgh pitching, we had Ellis going for 2 innings, giving up 4 hits, 4 runs, and 2 walks, while striking out 1, and the 1 home run, throwing 36 times and striking 20 times. Kitson comes in with 2 1/3 inning, giving up 3 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Briles comes in 1 2/3, giving up 1 hit. Willie, I'm going to go with Willie, going for 1 inning, giving up 1 hit, 1 run, and 1 home run being that earned. And Miller coming in for 1 inning, striking out 1. Then you had Don Newcombe come in for 6 innings, giving up 6 hits and 4 earned runs, walking 1, striking out 6, and giving up 3 home runs in the process. He threw 88 times, making 58 of those strikes. Besant comes in for 1 inning, getting 1 hit and 1 strikeout. Then Labine gets the save, coming in for 2 innings and giving up 1 hit and striking out 3. Your player of the game was Don Zimmer. Of course, again, Don Zimmer getting that nice 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs in the process. So now it's Game 6 of the Historical Showdown, where Johnny Podres and Steve Blass comes in. Blass. Not Blast, which that would have been an awesome name. Steve Blast. But anyways, Game 6 will be your Game 2 starters. Johnny Podres comes in with his 1 win and 0 ERA, while Steve Blass comes in with his 1 loss and his 16.88 ERA. And here we go. Could this be the ender, or are we going to a Game 7, folks? Here we go. And the series is tied. Awesome. The Dodgers defeat the Pirates 5-4, the same outcome. Spooner gets the win. Giulisti gets the loss. Labine gets the save in the process for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Gil Hodges, Kellert, and Snider get home runs. Hodges and Kellert getting their first of the series, and Snider with his 4th. And Roberto, Clemente, and Willie Stargell get home runs for the Pirates. And Stargell getting his 4th, and Roberto Clemente getting his 2nd. Let's take a look at the box score, shall we? So nothing happening in the top of the first for the Dodgers, but the Pirates come out with the 2 runs at the bottom of the inning. Then in the 4th, each of them score a run, and then in the bottom of the 8th, when it seemed like it was ready and done, the Pirates score again, making it 4-1, and then the Dodgers come out to play in the bottom of the 9th, scoring 4, making the game 5-4. Dodgers getting 5 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error, while the Pittsburgh Pirates get 4 runs, 8 hits, and 0 errors. So looking at the Brooklyn Dodgers, looking at the box score, Duke Snider getting his 1 RBI, 1 hit out of three tries with 2 runs. Then Keller getting 2 RBIs, 2 hits, 1 run in 4 plate appearances. And of course, Gil Hodges right here going 1 for 4, 1 run, and 2 RBIs. But strikeouts occurred a lot, giving up 7. And Jackie Robinson makes another appearance, but does nothing in the process, as he is pinched run for Meyer in the 7th. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, though, Robertson gets 2 hits out of 4 tries. Stargell gets 1 for 4, but 2 RBIs in the process. Hebner going 1 for 2, but getting 1 RBI in the process. And Roberto Clemente going 1 for 4, has 1 RBI and 1 run. And Ali making it a special appearance only because he has 3 strikeouts, no hits out of 4 tries, and Stargell getting 2 strikeouts in his time at the plate. As for the pitching side of it all, the Brooklyn Dodgers, Johnny Podres goes 4 innings, giving up 5 hits, 3 earned, no walks, but striking out 5 and giving up 1 home run. He threw 67 times, 47 of those being strikes. Then Meyer comes in for 2 innings, giving up 1 hit, but getting 1 strikeout in the process. Spooner comes in for 2 innings, giving up 1 hit, 1 earned run, striking out 2, and giving up 1 home run. And Labine, coming in for the last inning, gives up the lone hit. While for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Blass goes in for 5 1/3 innings, giving up 3 hits, 1 earned, and 1 walk, striking out 3, and giving up 1 home run. Then Grant comes in. He gets the hold, which I have not seen in a while, but he comes in for 1 2/3 innings, striking out 3. Giulisti comes in, gets the loss, and I'm guessing the BS might be broken save. But anyway, he comes in for 1 2/3 innings, gives up 4 hits, 4 earned runs, walks 1, strikeouts 1, and giving up 2 home runs. And Miller to end out the pitching for the Pittsburgh Pirates, going in for 1/3 of an inning and pitching 4 and having 2 strikes. Steve Blass, even though he really shouldn't be player of the game, he is player of the game at Three Rivers Stadium. So what does that mean, folks? It means that instead of ending this early, we are going into Game 7. We get to watch how it all goes down. And I don't know if I've decided to actually speak while the game is going. But anyways, all tied at 3. The Pittsburgh at Three Rivers Stadium, we have Billy Lowe's versus Bob D. Johnson. And this is going to be a good one. So here we go, Game 7 of the Historical Showdown with the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Brooklyn Dodgers. Now, getting everything ready to go here. Going to take a little bit to update everybody on this. So, of course, I do not touch the lineups, but here are the lineups for Game 7 of the World Series. Jim Gilliam will be first for the Brooklyn Dodgers. First for the Brooklyn Dodgers, starting at second base. Sandy Amoros starting in left field. Roy Campanella will be at third, starting catcher. Duke Snider will be fourth in the lineup position at center field. Gil Hodges will be fifth, starting at right field. Don Zimmer getting the sixth position and actually starting sixth. Funny. Anyway, Don Holk will be seventh, and his position will be third base. Frank Killert will be at first base. starting eighth. And, of course, the pitcher, Billy Lowe's, gets the last and final spot of the order. And for the Pittsburgh Pirates, we have Dave Cash hitting leadoff, starting at second base. Manny Sanguillen hitting second for the Pittsburgh Pirates, starting at catcher. Then Willie Stargell will be hitting third, starting in left field. Roberto Clemente hitting cleanup for the Pirates will be hitting fourth, starting in the right field. Richie Hebner will be fifth in the lineup, starting at third base. Bob Robertson will be at first base, hitting sixth. Hitting seventh will be Al Oliver, starting in center field. At the eighth position, Gene Alley will be in the eighth position, starting at shortstop. And Bob D. Johnson, the pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, will be hitting ninth. And there you go. Here we start the game. And it's a lovely day whenever it wants to show up. A lovely day at a fake Three Rivers Stadium. They have the dimensions all set up, but does not look like Three Rivers Stadium. A Three Rivers Stadium, if you did not know, was another cookie-cutter dual sport stadium housing of course, the Pittsburgh Pirates, but the Pittsburgh Steelers. So here we go. First pitch. And of course, if you don't know the rules how I'm going to do this, we're going by play-by-play, not pitch-by-pitch, because it would take forever. So Jim Gilliam faces Bob D. Johnson in Game 7 of the Historical Showdown. Here we go. Game time. Temperature 59 degrees. Oh, Gilliam couldn't let me finish. Gilliam gets a hit to the second baseman. Cash, but is out. But anyways, game time temperature being 59 degrees and the wind is blowing from the left at 9 miles per hour. Gilliam, like I said, hits a short one to second, and Cash gets the out. On to the next play. Sammy Almaroz is at the plate. It's a high one, but a short one. Cash gets the second out for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Roy Campanella, the strong hitting catcher for the Brooklyn Dodgers and 1955 MVP, is up to bat. Swings at it, gets through the hole between shortstop and third, and we got our first hit of the game. Campanella singles to left. Duke Snider up to hit. Smacks one between gapping the second and third. Play at third. No. Duke Snider gets a single off of that. And the throw to third is safe, so one runner in scoring position, Gil Hodges, with the power of 60 and 65 and the contact of 60. Here we go. Johnson with the pitch. It's a high one. Might be short. And there it goes. 3 outs. Gil Hodges almost had a chance to bring in an RBI, but did not. So Dave Cash, ready to go for the Padres as Billy Woes gets the start for the Dodgers. Here we go. The pitch snaps one to the second baseman and gets the easy out. Sanguillen, the catcher, 75 contact, but the power is really low for this player. Strikes him out. Lowe's first strikeout of the game and first strikeout of the night for him. Willie Stargell, 70 contact, 80 power. We might see something here. Here's the pitch. Stargell strikes out, going 1, 2, 3 of the inning, and the Dodgers get out of that one and making it the first inning 0-0 in the process. Zimmer is up for the Dodgers, and Johnson ready to pitch. Here we go. Strikes him out. Second strikeout of the night second strikeout of the game, first strike of the night for Johnson. Don Hoke, not really your best hitter, it looks like, playing third base. Here we go. Smacks one to the shortstop, and an easy play for Alley to get the out to Robertson. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Frank Keller in. Smacks one. This could be gone, but it is out. Deep. Clemente gets the ball and makes it safe as the score is still 0-0 in the top of the second going into the bottom half. Roberto Clemente up with that nice contact of 80 and a power of 55. Lowe's, second strikeout of the night, I should say. Little roller to the second baseman from Clemente, and they get the easy out from there. Richie Hebner, 60 contact, 70 power. Here we go. Hits one to the shortstop, but not enough to get past him, and they get the easy out right there. 2 outs, and Bob Robertson up at the plate. Billy Woes looking for his third out and get a clean second inning. Strikes him out. Third strikeout of the night for Woes. And the score is still 0-0 here at Three Rivers Stadium. And so here we go. Bob Johnson facing the pitcher, Woes. Here we go. Woes strikes out. Johnson gets his second of the night. Now Gilliam, first at bat was not really a good one. A roller to the second baseman for an easy out. Here we go. Gilliam hits a nice one. Hits a nice one to center. And Oliver doesn't collect the ball and gets Gilliam to second. And here we go. Amoros. I don't know what I'm saying. I think I'm having a small stroke. But anyways, and his first at bat was another out in the process. But here we go. He walks. Ball for Johnson. Only has 35 pitches in the process, but has already has men on first and second, one in scoring position, and Roy Campanella is the man to get some runs in for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Here we go. Johnson in the windup and the throw. Oh, this is a one. It's a 6-4-3 double play to get out of the inning. Johnson giving thanks to his infielders for that. And we go to the bottom of the third. The score is still 0-0. One error in the process for the Pirates, no hits, and the Brooklyn Dodgers, no runs, 3 hits, and no errors in the bottom of the third. Al Oliver, the man that gave up the error, is up to bat. Dribbles one to the first baseman and gets it, and Lowe's ends it, getting the out right there. Gene Alley, 45-45 average hitter. He is 190 in the playoffs, and he only has 4 hits. Here we go. A nice smack between the second and first baseman gets a single to right. Billy Woes finally giving up a hit right there. And it doesn't seem like it's going to be a bad one. Gene Alley on first. He does not have the speed, and it's the pitcher, Johnson, up at the plate. Here's the pitch. And they walk him. Oh! No. I was wrong right there. Missed the bunt. Johnson's still up. 1 strike. Oh! And Johnson strikes out. There's the strikeout that I've been waiting for right there. And Johnson making it 4 for Billy Lowe's there. And 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Dave Cash up the plate. And walks on 4. And it moves the runner to second. 1 in scoring position as Manny Sanguillen is ready at the plate. Here's the pitch from Lowe's. Smacks 1 to right, but it is short for Gil Hodges to make that play. And Lowe's gets out of the inning clean, kind of. No runs, but gives up his first hit of the game. And it's still 0-0 at the top of the fourth. Brooklyn, 0 runs, 3 hits, no errors, as the Pirates have no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. Here we go. Duke Snider, the power man for the Brooklyn Dodgers, had his first hit of the day. Is he going to get a second one? Here's the pitch. And a nice high one to right field, but Clemente is underneath it, and he gets the ball for the out. And Gil Hodges next almost had a RBI opportunity in the top of the first with Campanella being on base, but it did not happen. Oh, and Johnson strikes out Gil Hodges, getting the second out of the inning. And here's Don Zimmer. He has been 5 for 22 in this series, 222 batting average, but he has 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. In his first at bat, he was out. Here's the pitch. Johnson strikes him out, gets his 3rd K of the game, and it's still all zeros here at the Three Rivers Stadium going into the bottom of the 4th. Willie Stargell is 0 for 1 of the night, but he is 8 for 26 during the playoffs. And he hits one, just gets down right in front of the center fielder, Duke Snider, and Stargell gets on for the Pirates. Roberto Clemente, last time up, he gave up a little dribbler to the second baseman and got the out, but he's overdue. Oh, and he strikes out. Woes. I'm going with Woes. Gets the strikeout here, striking out big hitter Roberto Clemente, and he has 5 strikeouts of the night, going with 3 1/3 already through. And Eibner hits a long one to left, just barely in. And the Pirates just take the lead off of a 2-run shot by Ricky Hebner, scoring in Willie Stargell, and just barely on the inside of the foul pole. And makes it 2-0 Pittsburgh Pirates in the bottom of the 4th, giving up his 3rd hit, quote unquote, Woes. But will this affect him? Gets a little high one. Campanella gets underneath it and gets the second out of the inning. And now, Al Oliver up at the plate. He is 0 for 1. giving up a little dribbler in the infield for the out. And Lowe's making him high and tight. The first baseman getting underneath it. Oh, but it is the second baseman calling off the first baseman, and he gets the out. So anyway, Don Hoke up for the Dodgers in the top of the fifth. Still 2-0 Pittsburgh in the process. Johnson with the throw, but walks him. Frank Kellert comes in. No hits in this game, only one at bat, but he's .208 average, only having 5 hits out of 24 plate appearances. And Johnson looking for something here. Little roller, only has enough room to make the play at first. The pitcher, Johnson, tags first to get the out. Hoke moves to second. And Billy Woe could help himself by getting a run in. And getting a run in off of a hit. 0 for 1 today. 0 for 2 in this playoff series. Hoke gets a nice little hit to the shortstop, but it wasn't enough as he was thrown out. Jim Gilliam is up at the plate. 1 for 2 today, getting a nice single that turned into a double by Al Oliver's error. So here we go. Gilliam swings it. Diving play at third. Eibner gets him out right in time. Makes it ending the inning unscathed for the Pirates. So anyway, it's still 2-0 here, bottom of the fifth for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Gene Alley's up 1 for 1 today, getting that nice start. And a nice one through the second and third and shortstop, getting a nice single in the process. Johnson versus Woes. Can he help himself get some more runs here? And here he goes. Bunts it. And the only play is at first. But Johnson is out, but Alley gets the nice run to second in the process. Dave Cash up for the Pirates, 0 for 1 today. And a roller that was in, quote unquote, by the game. And it was and the first baseman helped himself out, tagging the first, while Alley goes to third. Manny Sanguillen up today, 2-0 versus Woes. Here's the pitch. And strikes out. Big strikeout. Didn't leave any more damage for Woes as the Pittsburgh Pirates come up with nothing in the process, leaving it still 2-0 in the game. Sandy Amoros ready for Johnson. Johnson, today's line, only 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, giving up 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. Amoros going 0 for 1 today. Here's the pitch from Johnson. It's a nice high one, but Clemente underneath to get the out for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Roy Campanella, 2 for 1 today. Almost had some RBI opportunities back in his last plate appearance, but it turned into a double play and getting Johnson out of a sticky situation. Here's the pitch to Campanella. Smacks one. It is high. It might be a play. Oh, it's a home run. Johnson giving up a home run to Roy Campanella, making this game cut in half, 2-1. Johnson has been through 71 pitches so far, and it looks like it's not going to be easy for him as Duke Snider comes up 2 for 1 today. Snider peeks one, gets there, might go for a double, and he does. No errors in the process like Oliver did back a couple innings. So Gil Hodges, second time up with runners in scoring position. Can he tie this game up? Here we go. Hodges with a little roller to the third baseman. That's productive base hitting right there. Even though he did not get a run, he moves the base runner over and is down, but gets the out. 2 outs. Duke Snider at third. Don Zimmer is no stranger of getting runners in, having 6 RBIs and 2 home runs in this playoff series, but he has no hits tonight, going 0 for 2 today. Johnson pitches. Zimmerman strikes out, getting Johnson out of the jam and stopping the bleeding for the Pittsburgh Pirates, giving up the 1 run by a Roy Campanella home run. So going into the bottom of the 6th, it is Pittsburgh still leads 2-1. Back at it here. Willie Stargell will start for the Pirates in the bottom of the 6th. Stargell 1 for 2, finally getting a hit in his last outing. Lowe's going still 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned in the process, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Let's see what's going down here. Intentionally hits him. Nothing doing from the dugouts. No yelling, no jeering at the pitcher. But it's all calm here. Stargell gets on first as a hit by pitch. Will Roberto Clemente get something here? He's 0 for 2 of the night. Smacks one. This could be the leader. And this is gone, folks. Roberto Clemente with a home run in the bottom of the 6th, making this game 4-1. Incredible. That went 344 feet. This might be it for the Brooklyn Dodgers, but it ain't over until the fat lady sings, and I do not see a fat lady anywhere here at Three Rivers Stadium. So, with that, Pittsburgh leads 4-1, and Richie Hebner is up at the plate. In a pitching change, Ed Roebuck comes in, and he might give up his own home run, but it's at the wall, and he does. Richie Hebner with a back-to-back home run. Ed Roebuck not getting it today. And that means Carl Spooner comes in, and the bleeding still continues. Bob Robertson is up for the Pittsburgh Pirates, but he has no hits of the day. Let's see how this goes. Carl Spooner comes in, like I said. Spooner might be giving up a home run. No! It's a bouncer off the wall. The center fielder, Snider, gets him in, and it's all good. Robertson leading at second. Al Oliver still 0 for 2. But will Spooner calm down and bring the heat? And he doesn't. Walks Oliver in the process. And here we go. Carl Spooner versus Gene Alley. And Gene, 2 for 2 of the day. He might get some runs here if everything goes well. Here's the pitch from Spooner. Strikes him out in the process. Big one right there. Gets the first out of the inning for the Brooklyn Dodgers. But Johnson, ready to be in. He might bunt again, as his first time and the second time he bunts. He bunted. Here's the pitch from Spooner. Spooner misses it for a strike. Well, the bunt was missed for a strike. Here we go again. Johnson bunting it, but it goes foul, making that as a strikeout for Spooner, his second strikeout of the night. And Dave Cash comes in 0 for 2. He's done nothing. He's only hit 192 during the series, only 5 hits out of 26 plate appearances and 1 RBI in the process. Here we go. Here's the pitch. Smacks. Gets that nice one in. It's going to be a play at the plate. No, it isn't. Dave Cash gets his first hit of the game and gets the RBI in the process as Robertson runs in to score, making it 4-1 and 6-1, fourth run of the inning, and the bleeding still continues in the bottom of the sixth. Here's the pitch. Little roller. Gets out at second, and that's all they needed as the Brooklyn Dodgers finally stopped the bleeding as Manny Sanguillen hits it to the shortstop. This is not good for the Dodger faithful as it goes to the top of the seventh, 6-1 Pirates, with Pirates having 6 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error, and the Brooklyn Dodgers only have 1 run, 5 hits, and 0 errors. So, it's the final third of the series. This might come down. Johnson feeling comfortable. He's been through 6 innings, only given up 5, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 5 Ks. And Don Hoke still looking for his first here in the series. Well, in this game. And it's a long one, and it's short. They're playing it on the hop. And Hoke jinxing him to get his first hit of the game with a double. Frank Kellert, he isn't shy. He can get those RBIs in. He's already had 1 home run, and he's 5 for 25 during the series, but none today here in this game. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Johnson gets the slow roller off of Kellert and throws it to first, gets the only out in this process. Don Hoke sitting on third. It's Jackie Roosevelt Robinson. Jack Roosevelt Robinson comes in for the pitcher. Pitch hitting for Spooner. Here we go. Jackie Robinson looking for something. No hits during this. He smacks one, and it's past the third baseman. But he gets the run in, gets the RBI, gets his first RBI of the series. But it might be too late. Jackie Robinson, even though he's on first, he has that speed. Finally, getting something here. Jackie Robinson makes it 6-2, still the Pirates. Mudcat Grant comes in for Johnson as he leaves. And Johnson having a good outing, going 6 innings. And for Gilliam to come in and giving up the hit. I forgot I pressed the space bar because I wanted to talk a little more. But Gilliam grounds out to the third baseman, getting the only out at first to get Gilliam. Jackie Robinson moves to second, making it the second out. Moves to second. And it's 2 outs at the top of the 7th. Mudcat Grant in. And let's look at the box score real quick for Johnson. 6 1/3 inning, gave up 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks, and 1 home run. Pitched 108 times, making 66 strikes. Here we go. Pee Wee Reese coming in for oh my God, I can't think of it. Pee Wee Reese coming in for Spooner. Robinson substitute for Lowe's in the process. My bad. So Pee Wee Reese coming in. Jackie at second. Here's the pitch from Grant. It's a smack. And Oliver lets it drop. And Pee Wee Reese gets a hit today with an RBI, and Jackie Robinson flies in to home, cutting the lead in half now, 6-3 Pirates. Roy Campanella up at the plate, 3 for 2 today, hits that home run and an RBI. Here we go. Dabbles to the second, to the shortstop, gets it, and gets the out at first. And here we go. Here is the lovely music of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And enjoying the sights and sounds are the Pittsburgh fans singing and cheering as their team leads 6-3 at the half of the seventh. And it will be Stargell up for the Pirates. Here we go. Ending the lovely Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Don Basent comes in for Spooner as Willie Stargell is up at plate. 2 for 1 today. 1 for 2 today. No home runs. I'm expecting something here. And here's the pitch. Bassett hits. Oh, he lets one fly. Stargell, will it be in? And Stargell hits a home run, making it his 5th of the season series for the Pirates, and now has made it 7-3 at the bottom of the 7th. And it might look grim for the Dodgers. Hughes comes in for Bassett. Roberto Clemente up at the plate. Hughes, 1 2/3, giving up 4 hits, 3 earned, 1 strikeout. And Roberto Clemente gets the out at the warning track. I thought it was a home run. But anyway, it's okay. Richie Hebner, 2 for 3 today with 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, and here we go. Here's the pitch. Hebner, it looks nice, but Robinson gets underneath it and gets the second out of the inning. Bob Robertson, 1 for 3 today. Nothing wrong with that. Getting on base, making the infielders adjust a little bit. Hughes is at the 2/3 mark, but no walks or strikes. Here's the pitch. Giving up a walk here, his first walk of the series to Robertson, giving a man on first. Al Oliver, not upset about his error back in the second. Shouldn't be a problem. Here we go. Oliver hits a nice one. Will it die underneath him? And it does. And it's going to be a play at the third base. No. Wait. Oh, it was. The inning is over. And I hate this game sometimes because you can't tell if he was out or not. But Oliver gets the hit. Robertson gets out at third. Impressive throw by Gil Hodges. So we're back to the top of the 8th. It is still Pittsburgh 7-3. And here we go. Duke Snider up to hit. He hasn't done much besides getting 2 hits. Mudcat Grant throwing. Here's the pitch. Duke Snider getting it all the way to the right side of the field, making it a home run, 455 feet. Impressive by Duke Snider. And it makes it 7-4, literally cutting the game in half. Gil Hodges now up to plate. Dave Gillespie is up pitching for Mudcat Grant. And here, let's give down the options real quick. He is 4 1/3 inning, 5 hits, 4 earned, 3 walks, and 4 Ks. Here's the pitch to Gil Hodges. Throw the ball. And he pops it up, and the shortstop is getting it. Alley gets the first out of the inning. Don Zimmer coming in, shortstop. He's 0 for 3 today, and I think he could get his first hit here. Here we go. And a little roller to the shortstop, and he gets out. Alley gets the second out for the Pirates. And here's Don Hoke. He did something last time he was up, getting a double in the process. And he strikes out. Stop the bleeding, sort of, for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And the Pirates still lead 7-4 in this game. So anyway, Gene Alley comes in, bottom of the 8th. Like I said, the Pittsburgh Pirates lead 7-4. Here's the pitch. Hughes still up there. Strikes him out. Big one here for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Vic Devolito will come in for somebody. Let's see here. He hits one high, and he might hit a home run. His first is, oh! And Robinson makes the catch at the wall. Let's see who Davalito came in for. Davalito came in for Grant, Mudcat Grant, in the process. And Dave Cash back into the top of the lineup. Dave Cash ready to do something. 1 for 3 today with 1 RBI. Here's the pitch. Grounds it to the second baseman, and Hughes gives up no runs, and we are finally in the top of the 9th. This might be it for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Bob Miller comes in, takes out Giusti at the top of the half. Frank Callert comes in, and it might be an easy one. And let's go throughout the boxes real quick. Pittsburgh 7 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, and the Dodgers 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. The Pittsburgh Pirates got their first runs in the 4th inning, and then Brooklyn cut the lead in half at the 6th, but it didn't matter because the Pirates came out and really got to the Brooklyn pitching, giving up 4 runs in the 6th. Then Brooklyn trying to come back, getting 2 runs there. The top of the 7th, then getting a little more insurance in the bottom of the 7th for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And Brooklyn scores 1 in the top of the 8th and stops the bleeding, cuts the lead in half, making it 7-4. Bob Miller coming in as hopefully the last pitcher. Callert up at the plate. The pitch smacks one into shallow right center, but Al Oliver gets there. And here we go. Jackie Robinson back in the lineup, going for his second plate appearance, it seemed like. Bob Miller, here's the throw. Jackie gets it. Gets a nice little looper into shallow left center. Gets a nice single. And Jackie Robinson is on base with 1 out. Jim Gilliam, the last time this happened, Gilliam moved Jackie Robinson over to second. Gilliam with the pitch. A nice smackaroonie. Roberto Clemente lets it drop in front of him. And this might be something here. The tying run at the plate. Carl Furillo going 3 for 1 in the series. 1 RBI in the process. And here we go. Miller with the throw. It's a smack. It might mean something. The game is tied. Oh! Furillo ties the game with a 3-run shot right near the foul pole. The ball goes 359 feet. Miller gives up the 3-runner, the tying run of the game. Oh, holy cow, holy smokes, holy Toledo. And the Brooklyn Dodgers reliving the glory days, tying the game 7-all. And the new pitcher comes in, as we all calm down here at Three Rivers Stadium. The fans shocked as Miller gives up the tying home run to Carl Furillo. I need water on that one. That was a crazy hit, folks. And Ramon Hernandez comes in. Hernandez going 2 2/3 innings, giving up 1 hit, 3 earned runs, 5 walks, and 1 strikeout. Roy Campanella up at the plate. Here's the pitch from Hernandez. A nice little roller to the first baseman to the pitcher. And Roy Campanella is out. Duke Snider. Could he actually do something here for the Dodgers? Here we go. Snider strikes out. This might be something here. The Dodgers have to survive the bottom half of the 9th. And it's going to be a crazy one, as it was already going into 7 games. As the game goes into the bottom of the 7th, the Brooklyn Dodgers, with a 3-run shot to the left by Carl Furillo. The game is tied 7-7. And the new pitcher comes in for the Dodgers. Clemente comes in for, if it will tell me, I wish it actually did tell me, comes in for Hughes. He has pitched 3 innings, gives up 2 hits, but struck out 3 in the process. Manny Sanguillen. Sanguillen. That's what it is. Took me this whole time to figure out his name. Is 0 for 4 of the day. But he's not shy of getting hits. And a nice hit to the first baseman. And the first baseman gives it to Labine for the out. 1 out. As Keller gives the ball to Labine to get the first out. Willie Stargell could do something here for the Pirates. Here's the pitch. Intentionally walks Willie Stargell as they want the strokes to happen, and I mean the sweet stroke of a hit would give the Pittsburgh Pirates the win in the historical showdown. Here we go. Roberto Clemente up at the plate. A nice one to the left. Plays off the wall, and Roberto Clemente gets a nice double. And this might be it, folks. Hebner, 2 for 4 today with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. Stargell and Roberto Clemente are in the scoring position. And here we go. Intentionally walks Eibner, loading the bases. And 1 out, loading the bases. Labine hopefully knows what he's doing. Gene Klein comes in to pitch hit for, let's take a gander real quick, for Hernandez. And here we go. This might mean something. Here's the pitch. Smacks one. Oh! Into left field! The game is over! The Pittsburgh Pirates win the historical showdown with a Klein single into left! What an amazing game, everybody! Woo! And everybody is celebrating here with the Pittsburgh Pirates winning in the bottom of the 9th in a close one. Oh! Making it 8-7 in the process. But it doesn't mean that this could have been gone longer with Klein getting that nice hit to the left. So anyway, to the box score. The game, the Pirates take it all, 8-7 over the Dodgers. As the Pittsburgh Pirates drew first blood in the bottom of the 4th, scoring 2 off of a lovely, I think it was the home run. It was the home run, I believe. Let's look at the game log, shall we? And I wish it'd just tell me all the runs instead of every play. But anyway. See, it should give me more than anything. Anyways. To the fourth. 2-run shot by Ricky Eibner to make it 2-0 Pirates. Then we go into the top of the sixth, the solo home run off of Roy Campanella, hitting .416. Going crazy, folks. Cutting the lead in half, but that would be it. Then, in the bottom of the sixth, a 2-run shot by Roberto Clemente with Willie Stargell at first because he was hit by a pitch. And then Ricky Hebner with another one in the bottom of the sixth. And it still kept going as Dave Cash gets a single off of a ground ball, and Bob Robertson scores in that for the RBI. Then, in the top of the seventh, the Dodgers score twice with Don Hoke getting in from Jackie Robinson from a single. And then Pee Wee Reese gets the RBI, scoring Jackie Robinson. But then in the bottom of the seventh, Willie Stargell hits a home run shot, 327 down the line off of Carl Spooner. And Oliver gets a single in the process. But if I remember that correctly, that makes it 7-5. No, 6-5. And then at the top of the eighth, it made it 1 run in by Duke Snider from a home run, and making it 4-7. And then we get to the top of the ninth, where the Pirates didn't score in the bottom of the eighth. The top of the ninth, the Brooklyn Dodgers tie the game up with a 3-run shot by Mr. Carl Furillo, hitting it down the line, making sure that the game was over. And then in the bottom of the ninth, making it all the dramatics in the world, 1 out, bases loaded. Kleins comes in to get the single between the third and shortstop to left to make it 8-7 Pirates. And what an exciting game to be. I'll let you look at the box score. Of course, it's going to be up in the air. Snider probably being the best for the Brooklyn Dodgers, as he gets 1 RBI, but those 3 hits really help in the process. And then the Lions scores Hebner. You have to go with Hebner here for the Pittsburgh Pirates, as he goes 2 for 4, 3 RBIs, and scoring twice in the process. And, of course, Lowe's went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and 2 home runs, pitching 85 times, 53 of those being strikes. Roebuck comes in, giving up the 1 hit, the home run to be exact. Spooner then comes in for 1 inning, and Spooner gives up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 0 walks, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Then Bassett comes in, giving up the home run. Hughes comes in to relieve him with 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And Labine coming in for the last part of the game for the last 1/3, gives up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and it was over. Right then on there, the Pirates got the win. And for the Pirates pitching, we have Johnson going 6 1/3 inning, giving up seven hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts and 1 home run. Mudcat Grant comes in, giving up 2 hits, 1 run, and 1 home run in his 2/3 of pitching. Giulisti coming in for 1 inning and only giving up the lone strikeout. Then Miller, with the broken save, only in for 1/3 of an inning, going 3 hits, 3 earned, no walks or strikes, but giving up the home run, and Hernandez ending it for the Pittsburgh Pirates, going in for the last 2/3 and giving up a strikeout. The player of the game is your Richie Hebner at Three Rivers Stadium. And of course, Willie Stargell becomes the series MVP. And let's see the reason why he becomes the MVP. For Willie Stargell, he gets 10 hits out of 28 at-bats, 5 home runs, the most in the historical showdown, 9 RBIs. His batting average was a .357, .419 on base percentage, and a slugging of pure 1. And of course, Roberto, Clemente, and Hebner could have taken those spots, but they didn't. But that's it, folks. The fans lose again, and such a close one that I, Andrew Sherman, cannot even fathom, even though it is a video game and I got too crazy for it. The hosts, 1971 Pittsburgh Pirates, beat the fans, 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers, to series 4-3, and with a dramatic ending to it all, 8-7. And of course, again, Willie Stargell being the series MVP.